West, wishing you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is the place for separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'm going to be talking about the difference between going to heaven in Christianity and going to heaven in African spirituality. What does this entails? Many people think that in African spirituality we don't have this concept of afterlife. Contrary to the rumors or lies spread by Christianity, they believe that anybody that is not a Christian, when they die, they go straight to hell. And this is to put fear into people of the power of their God, that if you don't follow them, do what their God say, or the God will condemn you to an afterlife of eternity in a place burning with fire, brimstone, and other heavy metals that is not limited to things like mercury, phosphorus, magnesium, uranium, potassium, filled with all sort of dangerous radiation levels that is totally detrimental to your soul essence, according to them. And they say that this place will fill with torture, all kind of unimaginable, indescribable, terrible torture for all eternity, because you refuse to listen to their vicarious savior that is also a psychopath and a sociopath. So the belief in Christianity is that for you to go to heaven, you must accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior. You must accept Him. You must bow down to Him. You must do what He says. When He says it, how He says it, you must follow Him. If not, hellfire is your portion. Then if you want to go to heaven, you must accept. In Christianity, they believe that a man, somebody can be very evil in this life, can do a lot of bad things, lie, cheat, steal, kill people, destroy, do all sort of unimaginable evil. But immediately he repents and accepts Jesus Christ as his Lord and personal Savior, he automatically gets a golden ticket to heaven. A man can be very wicked for all his life, but at the point of death, if the idiots accept Jesus Christ as his Lord and personal Savior, then he has a golden ticket to heaven. This is a belief in Christianity. And this is why Christianity is very ridiculous. And in the sense that it is not balanced. There is no mahat, no balance in Christianity. Christianity is suitable for psychopaths, for criminals. This is why we see many Christians in the world today. They don't care how they live their life. They feel that they can punish people, oppress people, torture people, steal from people, and they don't have to apologize to those people that they are doing this evil to. They have no responsibility to apologize because they are Christians, because they believe their God have the ultimate say, that if they ask for forgiveness from their gods, then they don't need to ask for forgiveness from the people that they are or been oppressing. They don't need to pay restitution because the decision of their God supersedes the feelings or pains of those people they have been oppressing or marginalizing. So Christianity is the reason why so many evils are happening in the world today. It is for spiritually lazy people, people that don't want to take responsibilities for their actions, people that are wicked from birth, people that are the seeds of evil, witches and wizards, people that have very low mentality, people that don't want to do anything good for their friends or for this earth. All of them can hide under the canopy of Christianity, under the banner to say that they are working for God. They are good people because they go to church, because they carry a Bible, because they are Christians. They don't have to take action to be responsible for any good thing in their environments. The belief is that their God will do everything. They just have to go to church like a sheep. Okay? And once they repent, or once they call this name of Jesus, they go to heaven. This is the story. And this is why it is a very sad. Just believe. That is what they tell you. So it's like a drug. Okay? A drug. Just believe in Jesus Christ. All your problems will be solved. In this approach to spirituality in the world, Christianity. In African spirituality, it is not like that. You cannot be an evil person in this world, and when you profess your loyalty to one deity, then when you die, you will go to the African heaven or the African paradise, which is the realm of the ascended ancestors. It doesn't work like this in African spirituality. African spirituality, for you to access the realm of the ancestors in African spirituality, in essence, for you to go to heaven in African deeds must be higher than your bad deeds. Okay? Your good deeds must be way higher, must be heavier than the bad things. They don't expect you to be perfect in African spirituality. We don't look for perfect people. We don't also expect you to be hypocrites. We don't look for hypocrites here. What we want you to do is to try your best to be a good person. Do your best to be a good person. Okay? Protect your environment. Do your best to contribute to the advancement, development of your people, your community, your environment. This is just what we require. Okay? We don't require that you have to believe in a deity that means you believe in Oshun, or you have an altar to Oshun, altar to Shango or Ogun, then meaning you will be admitted into the realm of the ancestors. No, it doesn't work like that. Your deeds, your actions, the way you live your life determines whether you will be given that opportunity or that honor to elevate you to the realm of ascended ancestors. These are people that have done great works in their lifetime. Only those people that are taken to this realm. For those people that did not reach this level, many of them will be recycled back through reincarnation to continue to be given another chance to start again, or they will be bloated out completely. They are going to be dissolved. Their spiritual essence will be taken out because they did not make the cut. Maybe they have tried many times, multiple lifetimes, and they have failed to mature spiritually. Then their essence will have to be taken to where it's much more suitable for them. Can be lower realms or something else. In African spirituality, we do not give room for laziness, for spiritual laziness, lackadaisical attitude, hypocrisy. For you to go to the ancestors' realm, you must practice what we call as mahat, balance. There must be balance and harmony in your life. You must be seen to be doing the work of advancing African improvement, advancing your life, your contributions. You must be contributing positively to the advancement of your society, and your good deeds must be higher. That is why you see the judgment throne from the book of Annie. We see Ampu, the deity that represents death, the deity that represents reincarnation, rebirth, called Ampu or Impu or Anubis, as the Greeks call him. Later on, this deity transformed into the Santisima Moviete in the Mexican Aztec culture. It is the same spirit, or different names, but the same work. This is the Holy Spirit of death. This is the spirit that is responsible for reincarnating of souls or taking souls to the ancestral realm. According to the book of Annie, the book of coming forth by day and by night, which they mistranslated to the Egyptian book of the dead. When the person dies, the heart is weighed with a feather. And if the heart seems to be heavier than the feather, they cannot ascend into the ancestor's realm. This means that if your bad deeds is higher than your good deeds, you cannot enter there. There's the deity called Amit will come, which is your darkness or your shadow self. We devour the heart of the person. and they have to be recycled back to this earth. So for you to go to heaven in African spirituality, you must try to be a good person. Okay, you cannot just say you be a bad person living a sort of wayward or life lacking responsibility. Then at the end of the day you will say, okay, I want to be an Ogun or Ishu worshipper, so that they will open gate for you. That is a very big lie. This is a major misconception that Christianity is spreading against African spirituality, claiming that all African spiritualists will go to hellfire because they reject Christianity, and because they are children of Satan. No, not all people practicing African spirituality will come to the ancestors' realm. Because you practice African spirituality, if you like, you have 7 deities, 20 deities, 50 deities. You give offering to them. You kill goat and ram every day. If you are still a bad person, you will not ascend to the ancestral realm. Okay? It's not like Christianity where people go and give money to pastors or bribe pastors. After they are steal people's money, we see politicians and Yahoo boys carrying them heavy offering 10% to go and give to pastor. In African spirituality, if you like, you bring your 10%, your 100% to the shrine. If your evil deeds is all over the place, the ancestors will not accept you. Okay, it's not for the priest to decide if you will go to heaven or not. It is the way you live your life that will decide whether you will go to heaven or not. Okay, nature or divinity will place you in exactly the place that fits you. Okay, it's divinity that will put you where you belong. Yeah, no human being, no priest, no babalao can be able to do that. Okay, so if you want to go to heaven, do your best to live a very good life. Okay, you need not to be a traitor. A lot of black people, they are traitors because they have failed in their responsibility. They have neglected their responsibility to their environment, to their culture, to their society. So many of these people, they are not going to make the cut of becoming an ascended ancestors. What this means is that when you die, your spirit will be taken by the ancestors, and you will be given a higher level of authority. You will be placed, you will be elevated into a realm whereby you can be able to decide the affairs of humanity in your community or in the spirit world. You can be able to be given more responsibility of aiding the direction of spiritual ascension of souls that want to ascend. This is the responsibility you will be given. But if you are somebody that is an evil person that does not, that is immature, nobody is going to ascend you to this kind of place. You will still be a baby. We don't give things that are holy to dogs. Somebody that is a non-entity in his physical life, he doesn't even understand his left from his right. Let's say he was captured with Christianity and he dies. Who want to elevate him into the realm of the ancestors so that he can start doing stupid things when his spirit did not learn any lesson? It will not work. So that's so we have to come back here to come and relearn and unlearn all the lies that they have been taught. So it will take a long time for that soul to evolve. So we have a lot of people in the planet that are very, very immature right now. Very, very immature. Most of these people are trapped in different forms of Christianity, Islam, different religions that claim to be grooming them, promise you that they are going to give you spiritual knowledge and teach you one or two things. But in essence, they are just tying up your spirit, preventing your spirit from ascending. Okay? So you have to be very, very conscious. You cannot be selling drugs on the streets for all the years of your life. Then at the end of the day, you wake up and you say you become a Christian to go to heaven. In African spirituality, when you do a lot of bad things, the more bad things you do, the more you are cut off from divinity, the more you are cut off from the celestial ring, the more greedy, selfish, jealous, the more you attach yourself to these 7 deadly sins of envy, jealousy, gluttony, the more you become very low-minded, and the more the divine spirits cut themselves off from you. So that person will be naturally attached to this earth because is their desires are very, very low. They are attached to the lower chakras, so they cannot ascend. So when these people cross over, they are recycled back, or they are thrown away to those lower entities to be controlling them. So those people, they cannot naturally ascend. So all these pastors you see that the GOs or making noise, the people can be very wealthy in this physical world, but spiritually they are nowhere to be found. Okay, due to the way they have positioned themselves, they are now operating like parasitic deities. Okay, and this is the level that they are going to always remain, except something changes. And it's going to take a lot of years for them to recover, even if something changes, because they have to account for all those years of karma, all those years they have been doing all these evil things. They have to pay restitution for it. Of course, there have to be consequences for such kind of actions. Okay, so we do not need to misunderstand this concept of going to heaven. So we must not tolerate bad people that are doing bad things in the society, hoping that they will change in the end. Okay, it does not work like that. There is always consequences for your actions. In African spirituality, this is what we believe. So a traitor that is doing a lot of bad things against the African race, maybe all these puppet artists or musicians that are singing songs of violence against black on black crime, or insulting the black race, doing so many bad things, engaging youths to do drug addiction, living a very dangerous and risky, promiscuous lifestyle. You sing music to destroy your own people. At the end of the day, you want to be a good person. No, if your bad deeds are more, the damage have already been done. There's no way you are sending into the ancestors' ring. You are definitely going to be rejected, and the spirit and the earth is going to reject you. When you see many black people that have come in the past, many people in the world, you see the people that humanity wants to remember. There are some black people, they are popular and very wealthy, but when they die, we can't even remember them because they did so many bad things. Okay? When you hear people they call like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, why do we remember all these people? People like Thomas Sankara, Kwame Nkrumah, Theophilus Obenga, even Fela Aníkúlápó Kuti. Yes, when you look at the life of these people, they are not perfect people. Okay? They are not perfect. People like Nelson Mandela, perfect example, Bob Marley. But why do we remember them today? Their good deeds are way more than their bad deeds. What they were able to use their life to do was to forge a better path for humanity, for the world, to bring peace, harmony, hope, freedom, empowerment. All these people, of course, there is no doubt they have already been elevated to the realm of the ascended ancestors. People like Michael Jackson, great people like this. They have used their life to create a mark of making this earth a better place. Okay? These people, they have shaped their future of a lot of people for goodness, for great things, for positivity. All these people and a lot more of them like this, we go into the ancestors' realm when they cross over. But we have some other people that may not ascend. Although they might be great people, people like Obama, people like George Bush, people like some of these American presidents and some Nigerian presidents, and African people all over, due to the kind of evil things that they have did in their lifetime. When they cross over, people don't want to remember them. The way people talk about them, even you will know that these ones have already been rejected. There are some people that they live their life, they are very wealthy and powerful, but you will not want your children to emulate them because of the evil that they did. Somebody like Adolf Hitler, for instance, and you know the kind of things he did. You will not want to emulate somebody, only a very wicked soul we want to emulate somebody like that. Many of these white people from Europe, people like King James, even the people from the royal family, so-called royal family, Buckingham Palace, a lot of white people, they are so-called heroes, are mass murderers, psychopaths, thieves, criminals, people like Christopher Columbus, people like Thomas Cook, that explorer in Australia. Many of their ancestors, Shoshi, what did they do? They were mass genocidal maniacs. All these ones, do you think they are going to be accepted into the ancestral ring? When people like this die, they need to be separated. They are usually separated. Because if you ascend these people, they will carry their dirty character to that place to be spreading more evil to the world. So this kind of people will not be taken to the ancestral ring. So we have people that have done negative stuff in the world today. They have stained the world. They are coming, their presence here has been a minus to the earth and to the people of the earth. It has been their presence, they are coming to this world was here with a great shame and a lot of destruction. They brought misery, sorrow, desolation, misdirection, miseducation. So these are not people worth remembering. And we should not force our children to remember these people, except only for the bad things that they did, so that they will learn a lesson not to emulate the footsteps of this kind of people. Okay? So in African spirituality, we are very, very pragmatic. We believe that spirituality and common sense go hand in hand. You can't force somebody in African spirituality to accept a deity that is a genocidal maniac. Yeah, you choose the deity you want to venerate based on nobody forced you here. And no deity is threatening you that if you don't worship me, you will burn in hell forever. I will burn you with fire, brimstone, and mercury, and 24 other heavy metals for all eternity. You will never see any deity that say this: you must worship me or die. You must love me or die. This is the mentality of a genocidal maniac deity like Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and the way they wrote it in their book. Same thing with Islam, another genocidal maniac. Anybody that is not a Muslim is an infidel, should be treated as such. You can kill them, murder them, steal them, and nothing bad will happen because they are not Muslims, so therefore they are unclean. Any religion that is like this, Christianity too, the same thing. Look at the Bible. We tell the Israelites, go to the land of the Amalekites, go to the land of Philistines, steal them, kill them, do every evil thing to them, and take all their women, take all their virgins. This is a God that is a genocidal maniac. It is wrong in African spirituality. We don't do this because somebody does not believe what you believe in does not mean that the person is your enemy and you should go and run into the person and kill them. You will never see this kind of message, this kind of writing in any of our spiritual books or deities. You will never see anyone like this. Only in Christianity and Islam, the Abrahamic religions, they have this kind of mentality of stealing and killing other people. Okay? This is not the way to go to heaven in African spirituality. Certainly not the way to heaven. Killing for your God, stealing for your God. Murderers. Very, very dangerous people. So we need to be clear on how to go. If you want to go to heaven in African spirituality, your good deeds must be better than your bad deeds or not so good deeds. Try your best to be a better person. We have the 42 laws of maths. Follow them. This is where they stole the 10 commandments from, which they don't even practice in Christianity. They say that shall not steal. But what did they do? They come to Africa after stealing all our stuff. They give us a Bible saying that shall not steal. And they are all thieves. And still yet they have not apologized for all the bad things they did to us. And they want us to accept their religion and just let it go. It's impossible. In African spirituality, we don't let it go. If you harm somebody, you offend somebody in African spirituality, you have to apologize. You have to make amends. This is the way we do things here. You must make amends by apologizing, by settling with that person. You don't go and meet a third party that was not there when it happened and ask for forgiveness for that third party. And that third party will now say, I forgive you. You are free. And not only that, you have golden ticket to go to heaven. If this is the way they are heaven with me, I don't want to go to that kind of heaven, because a lot of wicked souls are there. I don't want to go to that kind of heaven. I want to go to a place where there is justice when I die. I want to go to a place where there is justice, there is balance, there is peace, there is harmony. This is the kind of place I want to go to, not a place where it's filled with criminals, filled with barbarians, filled with people that are soulless, that there is no justice in their old dictionary. I don't want to go to that kind of place. So I reject the Christian heaven. The Christian heaven is not for me. The Jehovah's Witness heaven is not also for me. I believe that one is already filled up. In their book, they said that only 144,000 people will go to heaven in Jehovah's Witness. So if you calculate the time that they started that religion, I think in 1970 something, by now the Jehovah's Witness heaven is already occupied. There is no more space. Even if there is space, maybe only 2 people will go to Jehovah's Witness heaven in the whole of Nigeria. 2 people or 3 people from every country will go to the Jehovah's Witness paradise, because only 144,000 people will enter there. Right now, population of Nigeria is about 230 million people. So it's the probability of you going to a Jehovah's Witness heaven is 25 million to the 10th of less than 0.000 unlimited 0.1 million probability of you going to Jehovah's Witness heaven, because due to the massive population of the earth, only 144,000 people, their heaven is very, very small. So if I become a Jehovah's Witness now, I will not go to Jehovah's Witness heaven because it's already closed. I will only be from earth and be looking at the gates for all eternity. I'm not even welcome there. Only 144,000 people in the whole world, this whole earth, of over 7 billion people. So why do I want to go to join a religion where I will not have chance of ever smelling heaven? Maybe there will be so much crowd that we never see the gate for all eternity. And I will go and join them. Then the Christian heaven promises you to wear white and sing and dance on the house of gold to their eternity, for their God for all eternity. I don't want to join that kind of heaven. Then the Muslim heaven promised me 72 virgins. I'll be having all kind of sex and smoking hashish in the right hand of Muhammad for all eternity. So this is what I'll be doing: everlasting partying. How did they call it? Orgies and sex partying. Just rave. If I join Islam now, this is the promise they give me. It doesn't really make sense for me. All these heavens, they are just there to deceive you, so that you can give them your earthly life and essence. Okay? If you want to go to heaven, you have to work your salvation on this earth. Become a better person. And just do your bits. You don't even need to believe in anything. Just be a good person. This is the summary of what I will say to be Max, a rule. Devote your life to Max. Okay, to be a warrior of justice, warrior of peace, harmony, and order. This is the way you can go to heaven in African spirituality. Okay, so please do not join this bandwagon of people that are claiming that heaven is not even really necessary for people like us. Okay, we don't need it. Now, people will not even need and they give. People like us, especially, I will use myself as an example. I don't want to be wasting time playing around when I cross over. I want to be doing some constructive things to make this world a better place, if not possible, to explore other universes. We have a lot of planets that we don't know anything about. So we have an unlimited platform to learn. There's a lot of planets. We have Jupiter, we have Mars, we have Saturn, Uranus. We need to go to all these places to check out what is there. So I don't think I'm going to be waiting around wanting to be singing religious and Negro spiritual to one psychopathic god, or I want to be doing or going to unnecessary parties in the afterlife, where I have things to do. So yeah, heaven is a practical experience for me. I am already in my heaven in this life, trying to make a difference, trying to do the work, trying to bring balance. This is my heaven. This is my reality. So I don't need to see any other reality. Some other people's reality are oppressing and killing other people, spreading sorrow, misery on the earth. That is their own reality. Some other people's reality, they don't care what happens, they just want to enjoy themselves. That is their own reality. You need to define your own reality for yourself. This is your paradise. Wherever you find yourself in the world right now, you have a decision of making that place a paradise or making that place a hell for yourself and for the people around you. So we are already there, existing in all these places at the same time. Okay? So wherever you are living now, how are you impacting that place? Are you doing your best? Are you making a difference? Or are you the agent of chaos in that place? I will leave that answer for you. That is your heaven. That can also be your hell too. Okay? The way you live your life is the way you are writing your own story. They say you write your story every day, chapter by chapter, how you live your life. So we can write this so that when we know that it's time for us to cross over, we know that yes, we are always ready to cross over. Every day is a good day to die if you are doing the right thing. Okay? You will not have any fear of death because your life does not stop here. When you cross over, you continue doing what you have been doing. This is the way we do it here. And so we do it for African spiritual. If I die today, I will still keep on teaching and doing the spiritual work and doing the things that I'm doing. Nothing will change. Only this body will change. So this is my own reality. So you have to discover your own reality if you cross over. Will you be happy in doing the things you are currently doing right now? That is left for you to decide. So this is where I will stop today. I believe that one or two people will get one or two things. Word is enough for the wise, or something like that. Okay. So I thank you very much for watching today. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, endeavor to hit the all notification sign on your YouTube, so that anytime I post video, you will receive the notification. You can watch. You will not miss anything. And when I post an article, I post articles daily on African spirituality, how to devote yourself, how to practice it. What is the essence of African spirituality? A lot of spiritual teachers out there, they don't go this deep. And it is not a good thing. I am not interested in being here telling you the same thing. I'm interested in making you know this stuff. So please always read the articles I write so that you will know what African spirituality is. I post articles from different authors every day. I post memes, post pictures. You can learn African spirituality for free on this channel by coming to this channel on a daily basis. There's over 1,000 videos here right now. Then if you want to go deeper, you can join my program. I have a 6-month program where I teach African spirituality from the ground floor, from the history. I will give you the materials, the history to the science to the metaphysics and the hardcore spirituality, so that you will have a holistic understanding. You will know everything. Join my program, 6 months program. It's not expensive. And within 6 months, you'll be a master of this subject. And you can start teaching other people. All this, they will say African spirituality does not have any teaching. We don't have any spiritual, any philosophy. All these are lies. Africa is the home, the origin of philosophy and logic. The so-called Europe you see today, all their philosophers all came to study in Africa. From Aristotle to Socrates to Strabo to Herodotus to Pythagoras to anyone you can mention, all studied in Africa. So what we are teaching them, was it zebras and crocodiles? No, it was people. We are the first people, the original people. We still have that knowledge till now. and the knowledge is still intact to a very large extent. Most of those knowledge is what I post on the community section of what our spirituality entails, what it is comprised of, so that you can know it. It doesn't make sense that you are from Africa, you know nothing about African history, and you know nothing about our spirituality, but you know everything about Christianity and Islam. It's an oxymoron. It means that you are not a real African person, or you have been polluted, you have been indoctrinated, brainwashed to not know who you are, so that they can be controlling you and manipulating you. If you don't know who you are, anybody can tell you who you are. So the colonizers make sure that they do this to hide our history, bury it, hide our spirituality, and condemn it, use their religion to poison us so that we will be their slaves forever. But when you know this African spirituality, with the power of African spirituality, nobody can enslave you. Your spirit will be free, boundless. You will be highly evolved. You will know what time is it. And you can be able to stop the activities of the enemies when you see them. You can be able to say, no, this is evil. I will not do this. I will not do that. You can be able to meet the enemies and look them in the eye and tell them the truth. And the truth will chase them away. So learn your African history and spirituality. Very, very important. Okay? If you also want to read books, I have written 3 books so far. This one is on quantum physics. Quantum physics is the Western topic whereby they try to study African spirituality and use it for their own development. Quantum physics is the study of the invisible particles of nature. This is things you cannot see with the naked eye. Spirit particles, they talk about the atom structure, the atom, the smallest indivisible particle of nature. In quantum physics, they study all these things. We have been studying all this in Africa before. You need to know them again. You need to open your eyes. In this book, I cover topics, advanced topics like time travel, space travel, quantum physics, quantum teleportation, quantum entanglement. All these advanced topics that the whole world is going. We are going to the space age right now. You need African spirituality to know how to tap into your essence and catch up with these people. Now, a lot of people, they see quantum physics, they say this is only for genius. But they don't know that the oracle they have in their village is quantum physics. They don't know that we have all this in Africa already before the inception of the colonizers. So we need to go back to the root source of this knowledge, which is our authentic spiritual system. Our deities, they all encapsulate this topic. We'll talk of deities like Eshu, Ogun, Pita, Oromila, Amadioha, Ekwensu. There are so many unlimited ones though. Ogeraga, Oloho, Ekele, all these deities, Olokun, Omalokun. There are so many in Africa. All these are quantum physics essence. We need to bring all of them together, study all of them in a holistic fashion so that we can see how it connects. Immediately you start tracing the dots, connect all these deities together, then you will have a clear future, a clear picture of what the story they are telling. All these are essence, different particles, different aspects of nature, different elements that must be brought together